Here's a MeteoMark weather update report. Here are some photos of the day sent in by some of our viewers. Take a look at this from Joe Drehos in Johnson City, New York. This was taken, I believe, on Wednesday, where we had some thunderstorms move into the area, and you can see this is a great wide-angle shot of Johnson City, New York, where you can see a good portion of the screen in front of you is covered by cumulonimbus clouds moving out of the, I believe, south, or actually it was at the time, it was actually coming out of the northeast, because we had a northeast flow. So that's what we had across much of the southern tier of New York and northeast Pennsylvania. We had some isolated flash flooding problems. And speaking of flash flooding, we move on to Lenny Mandola, where he did experience flash flooding on Wednesday. However, this was a picture he took before the flash flooding. This was a tree that fell in his backyard. He said it was from, basically, the winds were very calm. He thinks the tree basically was weakened by last year's Hurricane Sandy, and it finally was able to topple. So luckily nobody was around or hurt by that, but nice photo there, Lenny. And sometimes trees are weakened by previous storms, and then when you least expect it, they come crashing down. So thank you, Joe and Lenny, for those photos. We're moving on quickly to your Labor Day outlook and beyond. Basically what we're looking at here is precipitation amounts across the northeastern states and southeast Canada and the upper Midwest will be the greatest, where we could be looking on the order of 2 to 3 inches, especially across the Great Lakes in northern New England and southern Canada. So looking on into the weather for your Labor Day, looking on into Saturday, we got that frontal boundary that's going to continue to push towards the east. We actually got 2 frontal boundaries, 2 low pressure systems. It's the second low that will really pack a punch here. Across much of the plains, we're looking very hot and very dry. The Gulf Coast looking rather thundery with tropical rains moving across the Gulf. And then we look on into the day on Sunday, and then conditions continue to start to worsen a little bit across the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, where we see that stronger threat of thunderstorms and isolated flash flooding here in portions of the northern Ohio Valley, upper Great Lakes. That translates into Monday, where we see that system really push into the northeastern states here, where we could be looking at some isolated strong thunderstorms from New York State down into the Pennsylvania area. Portions of the Ohio Valley and western New England could get on the act. So Monday is not looking like a good day for many folks in the Northeast. So keep that in mind if you're trying to choose between Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for your forecasts. We're also looking at conditions going downhill for portions of the Mid-Atlantic as well. Let's take a look at them temperatures. They're going to be very hot here through the weekend out west, especially here in the Central Plains, where 90s and 100s will continue. Here in the east, we'll continue that trend of 80s and 90s, mid to upper 80s in much of the Northeast. But that will start to change here by Sunday and then into Monday here, where we start to see, you can start to see the hints by Monday. This colder temperature, this colder air mass up here in central and southern Canada will begin to spill across the Great Lakes for your Monday. So we're going to continue to watch that next week. It could be rather chilly across much of the Great Lakes, upper Midwest, and in the Northeast. Look at your tropics. We do have one system of interest out here off the coast of Africa, and models tend to take this, and I believe this is the trend too, is take it pretty much and recurve it out into the Atlantic. We also have one more system just east of the Lesser Antilles here, and that's really encountering some wind shear, so we're not looking too much at that at this point. So nothing really to threaten us too much. Like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Here's a 5-day forecast for my hometown viewers from Binghamton, Talmara, and the northern tier counties of Pennsylvania. Looking on into your weekend, like I says, for the Susquehanna region of New York and Pennsylvania, it really looks like here that Monday will probably most likely be your worst day. So if I were to pick a day, I would pick Saturday. Sunday is kind of the split day. However, you basically have an equal chance on Sunday. So if you were to choose between Sunday and Monday, I would choose Sunday, because Mondays that cold front comes crashing through, at least Saturday and Sunday. It is a overrunning type of warm front with a low percentage chance of showers and thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. Heading on into Monday, we get that stronger threat of thunderstorms, but look at this, by Tuesday heading on into Wednesday, this is where we start to get much cooler across the much of the northeast here. So that's going to be the trend, much cooler. That's going to do it for MeteoMark.